Hi guys, it's Baldrick, and in today's episode, I'd like to compare Battlefield 4's combat in terms of infantry to all the other first-person shooters, and where I think it stands with all its netcode and everything, and if it really does rely on, I guess, pure skill to be really good at it. So Battlefield 4, as you know, you can play as tanks, you can play infantry, you can play just in a jet the entire game. You can do whatever you want. So, if you're one of the people who likes to run and gun, is Battlefield 4 the game for you? Well, basically in this commentary, I'll tell you what I think about it. The combat in terms of responsiveness with the server is alright. There's many better games for responsiveness. People were saying that Battlefield 4 only updates the server 10 times a second, whereas games like Counter-Strike update it 100 times a second, and I think Battlefield 3 was about 30 times a second. So it's not the best game in terms of latency, but 10 times a second is still enough to get good infantry combat. It's just, I guess, better to have I guess it's a higher server refresh rate. I'm not really sure what the hell you call it. I'm no expert in servers or anything, but I think it doesn't really I guess show up. Sometimes it does. If you're playing on a high ping, sometimes you're like, what the hell happened there? I got shot behind a wall. What is this? But if you're playing on a server next to your town, or that is where your city is, I don't reckon you find too many problems when you're playing infantry. The only problem sometimes you get is seeing people when they're actually not there, but I guess that's all server related. So when it comes down to the actual running and gunning, I think Battlefield 4 doesn't do it as well as some other games like Call of Duty. Sometimes you shake a bit too much. I guess it's not as like smooth because it's mainly the server's fault. I'm sure if it had no lag, Battlefield 4 would be the best game ever, but unfortunately its servers let it down. So when you're running, sometimes it doesn't feel as fluent as it could. I know if you're getting it all depends on your system as well. But when it comes down to it, if there weren't any lag issues, Battlefield 4 would have excellent, I guess, infantry combat. But when it comes to it, a tank will always beat an infantry, and same with a jet or whatever. So you are sort of overpowered by tanks, but that doesn't stop you. You can, if you're into destroying stuff, you can definitely roll with a RPG or a SRAW or whatever you want to use. They're very easy to use. You just aim and shoot, and it's like firing any other gun. So Battlefield 4, I don't know, it sort of did, I guess, sort of stuff up its infantry combat. It's very, I guess, it takes its time to like do stuff. Like, you want to jump over something, you've got to do the entire animation to jump over it, and you can't shoot while you're jumping either. So it's not the best combat, but if you're looking for a game that has, I guess, sort of average combat and really good vehicles, then Battlefield 4 is a game for you. But I guess if you're really into the fast responsiveness of Call of Duty, just stick to your game, I guess, because even if you're playing domination, it can be a bit, I guess, sort of clustered. And here's one thing to consider: there's a lot of grenade spam in this game. I'm not hating on Battlefield 4. I love it. It's my favorite game at the moment, but it could use a few nerfs with the grenades. That's one major issue with Battlefield 4, especially on clustered maps like Operation Metro or Locker. I think that's about it for my video today. Overall, it's got, I guess, above average what you'd expect from a first person shooter infantry combat, but it doesn't live up to some of the more responsive shooters like Counter-Strike. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to, I guess, tell your friends about me, or just subscribe in general if you haven't done already. See you later guys, have a nice day.